How do you trust in the invisible force that moves throughout all things? Source energy, the pulse of life, makes the bulbs burst forth in the springtime, that signals to the birds to migrate. Tells us, if we're tuned in and we know how to listen, tells us how to move and when to move. The trouble is, we're scrambled. We're not taught to trust our intuition, our inner guidance system, our connection to the source of all life that pulses through all things, including us. From a very early age, we're taught to ignore our body signals. We're taught to just carry on, even when everything in us is telling us, no, this isn't the right direction. This isn't the way to go. How do you trust in that inner guidance system, that invisible force, when we can't trust in ourselves? And we certainly can't trust in each other. That's the story anyway. That's the disease. How do you trust in your inner guidance system? And the signal's scrambled. And life's so busy, you don't even have a minute to listen. There's so much noise that instead of moving on instinct, you move on impulse, which, if you've not examined why you do things, if you've not acknowledged both your light and your dark, and witnessed the, more often than not, negative stories that are yours to heal, to be able to really tune into your true signal, the signal that you came in with as a young child but got slowly eroded and scrambled and confused. So I think our greatest work now, at this time, is to slow down and try and hear that subtle signal within us that might be hinting at a move that you're shit scared to do, to make. It might be screaming at you, in fact, because I know I've been there, and I've been there many times and it's hard and it's terrifying, and it from the outside may appear chaotic, but in order to come into alignment with your true direction, to attune yourself to your unique pulse, that beat of life that is you, in the absolute uniqueness that you are, there's often some shake about. You know, if you've seen people put sand on a speaker and play different songs, different frequencies, and the sand has to shake about loads to get into the right pattern. That's us right now, as humans on this planet. We're being shaken to our very core to reorganise in a new, much more aligned way. And it feels terrifying. And it's not easy work, but we've got to do it. We've got to slow down and we've got to listen. We've got to get quiet enough inside so we can hear our true self, our higher self, our most authentic self, voice and vision, and march to the beat of our own drum, because that's where we make real progress. What do you reckon, Foxy? It's a dog's life. Find some quiet, tune in. And know that you are exactly what the world needs. Well, we've each got to take the responsibility to heal, so that we're moving from our truth, not our scrambled, distracted, traumatized self, because that's the part that keeps repeating the negative cycles. That's the version that is wondering, why does this not feel right? We're out of sync. It takes daily action to actually move from that more aligned place. It takes being brave enough to get quiet and actually hear the truth that's probably screaming inside of you for you to listen, but it feels too scary to listen to. Know that there are other people out there doing the same thing. And yeah, we've got great individual power inside of ourselves if we're brave enough to actually trust that when we relax enough and soften, the next step will appear. We can't force this next phase. The universe is calling for us to move from a more grounded, more feminine flow state. We need to come into balance. But to come into balance in this world and to actually see change, we have to come into balance in ourselves. Trust.